Welcome back to episode 23 of the Couch Potato Show. Back again with the boys. Frank, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Eric?
Fantastic.
Good here, good here. Um, so last week, let's get right to picks. Last week we had a very eventful week picks wise. Um, we wrapped up the World Series. Um, just to review, I had the Rays in 7, so I got nothing there. Frank, you had the Dodgers in 7, so you got 1 point for the Dodgers. And Eric, you had the Dodgers in 6, so you got 2 points there. You also earlier in the year picked the Dodgers to win, so you got 2 points there. Um, your World Series MVP, Eric, was Corey Seager. That was correct. G-Man Choi and Walker Buehler did not win it. So another
If there was
point.
a game seven, Walker Buehler would have won it.
Another point for Eric there. Um, we each got a point for Khabib as he beat Justin Gaethje and then retired on Saturday. And then this week, one hell of a race at Texas, I'll tell you. First 50 or so laps on Sunday, and then the final, well, I don't even know, 200 and something, 290 laps yesterday on Wednesday. In my opinion, the race of the year. Spectacular race all around. None of us got points because Kyle Busch finally won a fucking race. And I wasn't there to capitalize on it, but it's okay. At least we know he can fucking win now.
At least we know he can actually race effectively.
Yeah. It was a crazy race because you had because of the 3-day rain delay, and then as soon as the green flag flew on Wednesday as they resumed it, like 2 or 3 laps in, sorry, there was a wreck with Denny Hamlin and Matt Kenseth and Bubba Wallace, and Matt Kenseth blew up the infield. And Matt Kenseth's car was absolutely destroyed. And then that pretty much cost Denny Hamlin a chance at the race. And then in the third stage, it was pretty much a fuel mileage situation where the start of the stage, Kyle Busch was like 10 laps short on fuel, and he managed to save 10 laps of fuel to win the race and beat out Martin Truex, who was good on fuel. So that was really entertaining to watch. But there was also, I think if you were to take out one winner from that race, I think it would have to be the Joe Gibbs team, just because you have Kyle Busch win the race, you have Martin Truex Jr. come in second, and then you have Christopher Bell come in third, who was arguably the fastest car and the best car at the track on Wednesday. And he's not in Joe Gibbs right now. He's finishing up his year at Levine Family Racing, but he's going to Joe Gibbs next year, taking over Eric Jones's 20 car, and he's gonna do really well for him, especially after what they saw out of him last night. Showed a lot of speed. So, in my opinion, the race of the year. You can disagree with me, but I thought it was really entertaining to watch. Anyway, this week we have picks. We're picking College Game Day. Which is going to Penn State, taking on Ohio State, picking the Martinsville race is the Xfinity 500, final race before the final. Uriah Hall, Eric, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, you are.
Taking on Anderson Silva on Saturday in UFC's main event. And then the NFL trade deadline is on Tuesday. A lot to talk about. Let's start off with College Game Day. Ohio State ranked number 3 in the country, taking on Penn State ranked number 18 in the country. Frank, who you got?
I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to take Ohio State. Penn State didn't impress me at all. I watched maybe the first half of their game against Indiana. Wasn't impressed at all, but Ohio State's clearly the better team. They're ranked number 3 in the country for the reason. I have them in the college football playoffs for a reason, so I'm going to take Ohio State.
Eric?
Penn State has one of the biggest home field advantages in sports, but like Frank said, they disappointed in week 1 versus Indiana. and I think Ohio State had a dominant win in their first week. I think momentum's a real thing. I'd like to mix it up, but especially due to the circumstances of COVID-19, Penn State will not have that same fan base environment that they usually have. So I'm going to have to take the easy way out and go Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a clean sweep just because, like Eric said, Penn State would have a huge home field advantage in this game with this game being the whiteout game, where you can see all of Penn State's stadium, all 110 or something thousand people, just dressed in white. But at stadiums, are they allowed? I don't think they're allowing fans at Big Ten stadiums.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on
I don't
that.
think so.
Yeah, even if you have some half capacity, which I don't even think that's the case, it's just not the same at all.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, there's no home field advantage there. So I'm going to take Ohio State just because they're significantly on paper by far the better team. And I'd say they're in the category, they're almost in the category of the Alabamas and the Clemsons of the most talented teams in college football. Because after that, there's a drop off when you get to Georgia and Notre Dame and all those teams. So I got Ohio State. All right, let's go to the NASCAR Xfinity 500 at Martinsville on Sunday. I will go first because I'm last in points once again. I'm going to take Martin Truex Jr. Just because he's always performed well at Martinsville. He knows how to win there, and also his crew chief got suspended on Sunday. So what?
Not hear about that.
Yeah, his crew chief is actually back at the Joe Gibbs Racing headquarters, back at the shop. So he's been working on the car for Martinsville since Sunday, when everybody else is just getting back to their shops today, and they're not going to get a chance to start working on their cars till today. So that's a 4-day advantage for Martinsville.
Why did he get suspended?
I think they failed tech inspection, and the thing that they failed, the punishment wasn't like go to the back of the line. It was your crew chief is suspended for this race.
Oh, so it was like bad then.
I don't think it was. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's still like.
Yeah. And in addition to that, Truex had a wonderful, almost won the race yesterday. So I got Truex. Frank, you're in second for the first time in a long ass time. Who you got?
I would have taken Truex if you didn't take him. Last time at Martinsville, I picked Truex and he won it for me, but can't pick him. So I'll go Brad Keselowski again. He's won twice at Martinsville before, and I have him in my my Final Four, and I think he's just outside the top four. If he's not, he's on the borderline. So I think he's going to secure a top 4 spot.
Eric?
You ready for this, guys?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. No, bitch. Listen, I'm riding the hot hand. I'm drinking the Kyle Busch Kool-Aid. And again, he's getting the W. I'm getting 3 more points. Thanks, Kyle, in advance. Eat your M&Ms, kids.
Back to back.
Eat your Skittles.
Back to back. Watch. Call my shot.
I cannot wait for Kevin Harvick to win this race.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Is he in the top 4 right now?
Yeah.
Does he have to win to make it or no?
Harvick?
Yeah, because I don't think he's won a race in this round, has he?
No, but him and Hamlin are far enough ahead where it's him. It's Harvick and
it's Logano, Keselowski, Harvick, and who else?
Logano's in. Logano's close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then it's Harvick, and then it's
Busch is already out of the playoffs.
It's Harvick in second, Keselowski in third, and Denny Hamlin in fourth.
Okay. Oh, it's 3 out of 4 of my picks. That's not bad.
I don't think it's 3 out of 4 of all of our picks.
Oh, that's pretty good though.
I don't think anybody's going to be able to point their way in. I think in order for that to happen, Denny Hamlin or Brad Keselowski would have to wreck and just not finish, which at Martinsville is probably not going to happen. So I think the only
who's close though? Is anybody close?
I mean, the other four guys are pretty much far enough away where they all need a win.
Gotcha.
I think it's Kurt Busch, Truex, Kurt Busch, Truex. I can't believe I'm forgetting.
I can look it up if you don't remember.
I got it. Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman.
I'd love to see Chase Elliott somehow pull it out.
Yeah. They all need to win to clinch a Final Four spot, which Truex would do, and then in my winning scenario, and then which would actually bump
Hamlin, right?
I think it would bump Hamlin.
Yeah.
Although Hamlin would need it would bump Keselowski.
Oh, what? Okay.
Although that could change if Keselowski runs better than Denny Hamlin does, and Denny Hamlin has a bad finish. But
which is possible.
Yeah, a lot could happen. Anyway, so those are the picks for NASCAR. Eric, you got a UFC preview for Saturday for us?
Yes, Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva. It's said to be Silva's last fight, but as many times in MMA, whether it's someone saying, "Oh, I'm going to retire," or "Oh, this is my last fight," it's probably not going to be quite honest. He's up there in age. He's had, to put it kindly, a really rough goated lately. But I think Anderson's coming back for one more after this. That's just my opinion. But he said this is his last fight, so definitely in the top 7 of the GOAT conversation. Probably for me around the 5-6 range. But going back to 2013, Uriah Hall was anointed to be the future Anderson Silva, and he was on the Ultimate Fighter and scored highlight reel knockouts that were unreal in Anderson Silva, like really. But to be quite honest, he's been a major disappointment since entering the UFC. Still a competitive guy at middleweight, but hasn't really gotten that one signature win to show that he is here and he's a title threat. So it'll be an interesting fight. But I think we're getting a Silva well past his prime here, who hasn't won a fight in a decent amount of time. This is just not the same Anderson Silva, and I know he's going to want to stand with Uriah Hall, and really just based on him getting older, the reflexes aren't going to be there. The power isn't going to be there. I see Uriah Hall. I'm hoping he doesn't knock him out and give us an ugly image to end Silva's career, but so often in the fight game, whether it's MMA or boxing, that's how it ends. So you go until you truly can't anymore. But I think either way, Uriah Hall is going to get the win here.
All right, so that's your pick. Frank, who you got?
I'm going to go with Eric. I'm going to take Hall. I think Silva's lost 6 out of his last 8 fights, and I believe one of them was like a disqualification or of some sort.
Yeah, he beat Diaz, but he tested for PEDs.
Yeah, something like that. And I think he's past, like Eric said, I think he's past his expiration date as a fighter. Again, it's one of the top 10 fighters of all time, whatever you want to put him. You're not going to be wrong. But I think top 10 contender middleweight and Hall is going to be able to take him. So I'm going to take Hall.
I'm going to take Silva just because knowing that it is his last fight, I think he really put his body into that and said, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out strong. And knowing Anderson Silva, he's not going to go down without a fight. So I think I think this is going to be a good fight. I think Hall is favored, and he should be favored to win this fight. But I think Silva has a real fighter's chance to win this fight and go out with a bang. I think he is done after this fight. I don't think he's going to pull a McGregor or whatever and come back after he's said he's all done. I think this is it for Silva.
Yeah, not a bad assessment by you. I'm old enough to remember when he gave Adesanya a real challenge, arguably his toughest fight in the UFC, and that was an Anderson Silva, who was that old crafty veteran that he is now. So an Anderson Silva win is not out of the question here. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So we got the NFL trade deadline coming up on Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Can't believe I remember that. So like we did with the MLB trade deadline, we're going to pick a trade piece and a destination. We get one point for if the player gets traded, another point for if the player gets traded to that specific team. MLB, we did 5. The NFL, we're going to do 3 just because it's not as crazy.
2 of these, then.
Huh?
I can delete 2 of mine, then.
Yeah, I said we were doing
5.
I said we were doing 3. You just don't listen very well.
Yeah, because I don't give a crap what you say.
All right, so Eric, we'll start with you since you're in the lead, and there's no reason to not start with the person in the lead. Who you got first?
Yeah, surely. I'll start off with a veteran wide receiver in Detroit. Obviously, the Lions not going anywhere this year. Anytime you got Matthew Stafford under center, you got a shot. But this team is not built for the postseason whatsoever. Obviously, not built to make a championship run.
Imagine picking them to win the
maybe,
division.
what did you say?
Imagine picking the Lions to win the division like Tyler. Yikes.
What are you gonna do?
We
What are
don't
you
talk
gonna
about that. We don't talk about that.
The course is current events, Frank. But the point is, damn it, Frank, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
Sorry.
don't worry about it. Marvin Jones going to the Ravens. I think they're one. Hollywood Brown is phenomenal. Mark Andrews, one of the best receiving tight ends in the league. But Detroit doesn't really have a problem with partnering with wide receivers. Golden Tate's on the Giants now. They let him walk. That's fine. And I think they're going to trade Marvin Jones. Maybe in the twilight years of Stafford career, load up on the draft picks. I'm not sure. But I'll say Marvin Jones goes to Baltimore.
Frank, just to point out, you had the Ravens winning the AFC North, and the Steelers are undefeated right now. So I don't know how well that's working. And Eric, you had the same thing, so don't even fucking try that.
The Ravens are better than the Lions, so
Let's see how it ends.
Okay. Frank, you're up next. So you got.
he's so mad at me. I love it. I'll go AJ Green to the Colts. I think AJ Green wants out of Cincy. It's not a secret. We all saw the tape last week where he may or may not have said trade me. I think he did at reading lips. I think the Colts want to solidify their playoff spots because they're at 4-2 right now. They have a chance at the playoffs. I think they want to solidify that, and they would like a veteran, good receiver. So I'm going to go AJ Green to the Colts.
Since we're sticking to wide receivers, this is my number 3, but I'll go number 1 on this one just to keep it on the subject. I think the Texans are going to get rid of wide receiver. I don't know who it is. It could be Will Fuller. There's reports that the Packers are wanting Will Fuller. I just don't see a move like that happening, especially with the Texans. I don't think they're ready to trade away Will Fuller the year after they traded away their number 1 receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm going to go the number 2 guy. I'm going to go Kenny Stills. I think Kenny Stills, I forget who the fuck the GM of the Packers name is. But he's what?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I know. But he's shown interest in the skill position the past couple of weeks, trying to get one before the deadline. He showed interest in Zach Ertz hours before he got hurt on Monday Night Football. They've been trying to trade for a wide receiver. Obviously, they were dumb and didn't draft one. They decided to draft a backup quarterback instead. So I think the Packers are going to grab Kenny Stills away from the Texans. Eric, you're up.
Yeah, Kenny Stills to the Packers actually just missed my list, ironically, but I think we could all be in agreement that AJ Green is on the move. Like Frank said, the lip reading thing, whatever, what have you. It's been like this for seasons, whether it's injuries or just not really meshing with the team. AJ Green, Cincinnati, that relationship is far too fractured to last as of now. And I think that he will go to Tennessee. I think join a fellow veteran like Ryan Tannehill. I don't know. I feel it just makes sense. Titans have a good offense, but they could use some veteran leadership really in the locker room, especially on the offensive end. You got AJ Brown, he's fantastic. Derrick Henry, fantastic. A lot of talent there. Besides Tannehill, I'm not sure much leadership there is. And AJ Green is, for the most part, besides when he's whacking Jalen Ramsey in the face, pretty mature guy. So I'll go AJ Green to the Titans.
All right, Rick, what about you?
I agree with Tyler here and say the Packers get a receiver, but not. I'm going to go Alshon Jeffrey. Okay. I think he wants out of Philly. He's a great, solid receiver. I had him on my fantasy team 2 years ago. Did play fantasy 1 year. Did get Alshon Jeffrey. He's pretty good. I think they want to get a chance at the NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers wants to say fuck you to everybody for them not drafting a receiver like Tyler said. So I think they go after Alshon Jeffrey here.
I'm going to make it a trifecta, and I'm going to say AJ Green wants out of Cincinnati. I don't think he's going to Colts, and I don't think he's going to the Titans. I think good old Bill Belichick up north and the New England Patriots are going to snag themselves a great veteran wide receiver. I think the Patriots are struggling right now. Julian Edelman's kind of banged up as a wide receiver, so they don't really have like a guy that Cam Newton or at right now Jarrett Stidham can throw to. So I think to really get them back, because nobody's Tom Brady and no one can make a supermarket cashier into a wide receiver like Tom Brady can. So I think Bill Belichick realizes that he actually needs somebody at wide receiver. So I think AJ Green is going to get shipped up to Boston. Eric, you're number 3.
Yeah, that's the perfect segue for this, because while we're crapping on our division choices, I bought into
Crap
that
on the Patriots.
Yeah. I bought into the Patriots, the East this year. I'm ready to, especially this Sunday, I'm ready to metaphorically bet on the Bills. And I just don't think the Patriots have what it takes to make a run. I get it, there are 3 wild card spots this year. But at the end of the day, unless they make some sort of acquisition at quarterback, which is just not going to happen right now. Cam Newton impressed in the Seattle game. He looked good week 1, but he's not the guy. I don't think Stidham's the guy. So I think Belichick is smart enough to realize that as of now, if they find themselves at 4-12 or 5-11, somehow, some way, if they start shipping people off, you could get that next generational talent somehow. Obviously, not how they did with Brady. They struck gold in the 7th round or 6th round, what have you. But the point is, I think Bill Belichick is too competitive and too smart to let this ragtag group of guys go into the postseason on a prayer. That's just not Belichick. It's not the Patriots organization. So really contrasting thoughts by me and Tyler, but I feel like both make sense. I will say that. But long-winded answer. This is bold, and I'm aware of this, but I think Stephon Gilmore going to the Raiders. Raiders, we're talking about teams that need that extra piece. That's like the name of the game for the trade deadline. I think Raiders are one of those teams, perfectly defined as one of those teams. They have some big wins this year already. They have some unfortunate losses. But I think John Gruden, you want to talk about competitive guys, competitive head coaches, John Gruden probably doesn't get 7 hours combined of sleep during the NFL season. He just thinks about football. There's just no way.
I don't know about 2.
What did you say?
I don't know about 2 hours.
Yeah, truly. Stephon Gilmore to the Raiders. It's bold, but let's have some fun with it.
All right, Frank.
Final pick. I'm going to step away from the wide receivers. Don't want to go all wide receivers. So, going to be honest, this one's kind of thrown together, but we're gonna go with it. We're going to go Desmond King to the Cardinals. I think they need help in the secondary. Patrick Peterson's contract is up after this year. He's expressed that he would like to retire. From what I've seen, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they want to go young again with Kyler Murray. They would like help in the secondary. So I'm going to Desmond King. They have to re-sign him after this year because his rookie contract is up. But I think it'd be a good pickup for them.
Now, Eric, I don't think we have really that much of a contracting thought. I just had to make an argument for why AJ Green is going to go to the Patriots. But I'm going to make an argument on the other end. I think Stephon Gilmore is somebody that can definitely get moved before Tuesday's deadline. I think the Patriots, and especially Bill Belichick, has a history of moving those veteran guys when they don't really need to. Look back at the Richard Seymours of the world when they traded him away when they were undefeated at the time.
Just about to say it.
Yeah, so I think Stephon Gilmore, whether the Patriots are in it or not, I think that they're definitely going to try and trade him. And they're definitely going to get something out of it. I'm gonna send him up to Seattle. I'm gonna make the rich richer. I think Pete Carroll and the Seahawks would be a perfect landing spot for Gilmore. You got a bunch of young guys on that defense, Jamal Adams included. I don't think that Jamal Adams is ready to lead that kind of defense. I think they need that veteran presence, like the Bobby Wagner's bring. So I think Stephon Gilmore is gonna get shipped up to Seattle, probably a 4th or 5th round pick, just because the NFL is just a big scam these days. But
the picks in the NFL are just like ridiculously valuable.
Yeah, so I think Stephon Gilmore goes to the Seahawks because the Seahawks need they need a vet in that secondary.
Yeah, for me, if it wasn't the Ravens, Raiders rather. I was absolutely considering Seahawks because their defense, they are my Super Bowl pick, and Russell Wilson is my MVP pick. Both those are looking decent as of now. but their defense has been very, very sneakily terrible. And nothing brings a defense together like an established veteran, former defensive player of the year. Look no further than last season, you know?
Reigning defensive player of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Gilmore would be a really, really valuable piece for the Seahawks or the Raiders. So I like the pick.
Sneakily terrible. It's my new favorite saying.
It's been bad. It's been really bad.
That was kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are our trade deadline picks. Let's move on to the new segment.
You want to talk about the World Series first or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm solid for this, right? All right, so in this, it was a great series. Games 1 through 4 were more clean baseball. Game 5 got away from the Dodgers in the end. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was the most chaotic ending ever. Randy Arozarena tripped going from third to home, and throwing error allowed him to score for the Rays walk-off. But Game 6, top 5 worst World Series move of all time, pulling Blake Snell.
Ooh.
And I want to hear what you guys have to say about this first. But I looked into the stats because I was like, it's Kevin Cash. There has to be some like deeper stats or analytics behind this or something. So I dove into it, but I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
Well, because I'm curious, I want to know did you pull a stat of Snell's batting average against
Yes.
third time through the order?
I have Snell up to that point. I have Blake Snell split second and third time through the order. I have Nick Anderson stats in the postseason, and I have Mookie Betts' splits against right-handers and left-handers.
So what is Snell's stats third time through the order? Because that's pretty much why he got pulled.
I'll tell you second and third. Second time through the order, 307 average, 350 on base, 627 slugging, and a 977 OPS. Third time through, 304 average, lower than second. 304 OBP, lower than second time through. 609 slugging, lower than second time through. 913 slugging, lower than second time through. He's better third time through the order than he is the second time through. This season, anyway. And I don't know about last season, but this season, even Mookie Betts, if you look at Mookie Betts' stats, third time against the same pitcher, he's terrible. He hits like under 200. I don't have the exact stats, but I was looking at it. And yeah.
Last year, I remember Snell did struggle third time through the order.
Last year, yeah, but this year he's better. He's better than second time through this year.
Wait, so I'm sorry, just to reiterate, what did you say his batting average against was the second time compared to the third time?
Second time is 307. Third time is 304.
I mean, those are both terrible. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying he's better the third time through than the second time through. There's no basis there for saying, oh, it's a third time.
Well, I think there is basis. Honestly, I'm on your team here, believe you me. But the basis is, okay, they hit over 300 the third time through. And the second time through, you leave him in because, well, he's a starting pitcher. He's looked good so far. So, we're not going to pull him after 3 innings. But, I could almost understand it now.
All right, so there's that. But then you go, why bring in Nick Anderson?
Yeah,
You have Luis Castillo. Nick Anderson in the postseason has an over 5 ERA, and he's pitched 2 other games in the World Series and has given up runs in both games.
You could have brought in anybody else in the race.
Anybody. And then Mookie Betts, ready for this? Mookie Betts against right-handed pitching this year. 323 average, 385 OPS, 677 slugging, 531 OPS. Okay, pretty good, right? MVP numbers. Against left-handed pitching, Blake Snell is a left-hander. Nick Anderson's a right-hander. Against left-handed pitching, Mookie Betts is hitting 200 with a 313 on-base percentage, a 218 slugging, more than 400 points lower than against right-handed pitching, I mixed up the numbers. Sorry, he's 531 OPS against lefties and then 1.061 against right-handers. He's significantly worse against left-handed pitching, and it's not even close. And Kevin Cash is like, well, let me pull my, former AL Cy Young winner left-handed pitcher to face Mookie Betts.
He even said it's not about numbers. At one point, he said you got to pull the numbers out of it.
But Kevin Cash is the king of numbers. He said he believes in the third time through.
I know exactly. Well, I'm not playing devil's advocate here. I'm helping your argument here. He said that he's a big numbers guy. We know that, obviously.
He's always
arguably the biggest in the entire league. And he pulls Blake Snell, his best pitcher, in the biggest game of the year and it wasn't even numbers based. It was just how he was playing or something. It was
To that point,
for
he
other
was
reasons.
5 2/3, 2 hits, both singles at 70 something pitches.
Yeah. Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
He won the Cy Young 3 years ago. He's still in it, maybe 2 years ago. I might be remembering that wrong. This is your guy. He's in his prime. Why?
Couldn't tell you.
Weird time to abandon the numbers thing. Game 6 of the World Series, when your team really needs it, you're supposed to be this. And I don't want to crap on anyone too hard because there's a reason they're there, and I'm here in a basement. But the point is, like, I don't know. It's like you guys hit the nail on the head here. He's supposed to be this numbers guy, and he lives and dies by the numbers and the data, which I could absolutely get on board with. But when we decide to abandon that, it's not even in game 1 of the World Series, which would be bizarre. It's in an elimination game. I don't know.
You don't try new things when your team has the AL's best record and you're in an elimination game in the World Series.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
And you're winning.
Yeah.
They were only winning. Listen, I'm all for the idea that the Rays can't expect to win with one run. But if you're a manager, you had to put your team in the position to try and do that. They were never going to win the game with one run. But taking out Blake Snell puts them even in a worse position than they would have been with Blake Snell in the game.
I know you can't rely on them only scoring one run, and I don't think the Dodgers would have been held scoreless through the rest of the game if Cash left Snell out there. But you got to give your team a chance, and let's say, and it was 1-0 in that situation. You take out Blake Snell, and you can't take out a guy who lets up a single to the number 9 hitter in the rotation.
He let up a single in like the second inning, and then his second hit was a bloop single, and they pulled him.
Yeah, and you can't lose a game when you're winning. And the Rays were ahead, and what they were doing up until that point, they were winning. And they totally abandoned everything they were doing. They took out Snell, put in their worst reliever, their worst World Series reliever, threw him into the game, immediately lets up runs, and immediately screws the game.
So. And another thing I saw, this guy, Nick Anderson, he throws, I want to say like 70-something% fastballs. Mookie Betts is like a 400 hitter against fastballs.
Yeah, best in baseball.
He's a fastball hitter. He always has been. Like his entire career. It makes no sense to me.
I don't know. On the topic of Mookie Betts and on the topic of the Dodgers winning the World Series, we've got our top 5 for this week. And our top 5 for this week is the top 5 current stars in Los Angeles playing sports, obviously. Ooh. Top 5 sports stars currently playing in LA. Now, this is a fairly easy list to guess. A top 5 was very difficult to put together because there are 6 or 7 big name guys that I wanted to put on this list, but I can only put 5. So your challenge is to guess in order, if you can do that.
Okay.
I don't know if you can, but because this is such an easy list, that's your challenge. So Eric, I will let you go first.
Okay. So not my favorite guy in the world, but have a LeBron James number 1.
Yeah, no question about it. Number 1, best player in basketball right now, arguably the greatest of all time. LeBron James took his talents to LA a few years ago, and since then, he's been destroying the entire NBA. Struggled his first year there, but really picked it up this year. Took home the title alongside Anthony Davis and the rest of the guys, and just really put the league on notice of what they can do. It wasn't even close in the Western Conference this year. It was the Lake Show the entire year. So that's why I got LeBron James easily number 1. Frank?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout's number 5. And here's why. We're talking best overall players that play in LA, then Mike Trout would. You could argue Mike Trout for number one, just because the Angels don't get a lot of publicity, and when you think of LA, you're not immediately thinking of Mike Trout. You're thinking Lakers, you're thinking Dodgers, you're thinking, all those the Clippers even. You're not thinking Angels. And Mike Trout really hasn't gotten that publicity and that marketing of an LA star. So that's why
I see what
huh?
I see what you're saying. Me as a baseball person, I immediately think of Mike Trout, but like average fan, I don't think of Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. There's no doubt about that.
And it's not close.
Yeah, no, not even close. But and if this was based off pure talent, I would say he's number 2 on this list. But it's not based off pure talent. It's your top 5 sports stars in LA. So he's number 5 though. So Eric, you're up.
I definitely got some on the list, but I'm trying to think: are they number 2 or are they not? Stars. This is interesting. I'll do it. I'm just gonna say Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is number 4 on the list.
Okay.
If I were to do this list a year from now,
relatively new to the LA scene.
I think he would definitely be higher just because he is new to LA and just because he's not the face of the franchise right now. It is still LeBron's team. He is the future of the Lakers, no doubt about that. But just because LeBron is that face, I had Anthony Davis at number 4.
There.
Frank, you're up.
Now we're doing stars based on like influence, right? And overall play.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Clayton Kershaw then. That guy is literally LA.
Clayton Kershaw would be my number 6.
Jeez. All right.
Just because
I don't want to pick the obvious ones because that's like less fun.
I know.
Like Kawhi.
Just because Kershaw's kind of dropped off a little bit. He's still
take it back.
He's still one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball. He's shown it this year in the postseason that he can't choke.
The fact that you said Clayton Kershaw is dropping off.
Yeah, but dropping off for Clayton Kershaw, it's not saying much.
He's still a top 3 pitcher in all of baseball.
Yeah, he is. But especially in stardom, he's kind of just taking himself out of the spotlight a little bit. So I dropped Clayton Kershaw off this list. I think there is another Dodger that is higher on this list.
Yeah, that's obvious one though.
So that's why he's number 6.
Yeah, I don't know if that Dodger is so obvious. I have a couple guys in mind, to be honest.
No, there's one guy.
Yeah, there is one guy?
There's one guy.
See, but there's the new guy.
And there's one guy, Eric. There's 2 guys left on this list, and I already told you that one of them's a Dodger. There's one guy.
I'll go Mookie then.
Mookie's not on the list.
Yeah, well, it was the other guy then. You go, Frank. Name the other guy. You want to talk about dropping off, Frank? My goodness.
Who's the other guy? My guess would be Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger is number 3 on the list.
Did he have a terrible regular season?
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't good.
Hold on.
It wasn't great. Not a lot of players had great regulars. Not a lot of stars had great regular seasons, sure. But still, when you think of the Dodgers, it's Cody Bellinger is the face of
the 239 hitting
Bellinger.
Yeah, exactly. It's astonishing.
Dude, you see his swing? He's not going to hit above like 300 ever.
Yeah. Listen, I love him, and I was going to say that first, but then the recency bug got in my ear. I get it.
Listen, coming off a MVP caliber season last year, where it was the Bellinger show the entire year, and then the Dodgers just coming up short to the Nationals and the CS. I think it is Bellinger's the face of at least the batting order right now. Yeah. You could make the argument for Mookie Betts, but just because of the recency bias and just because Mookie is new and just because he was a face of the franchise for a different team across on the other side of the country. I put Bellinger at number 3. guys are missing number 2.
Oh. All right, well, we'll say Kawhi.
Take my turn, Eric. Shit.
My turn, you
It was Eric's turn.
bitch.
It was?
You picked Bellinger. It was
Oh,
Eric's.
The other guy.
Sorry.
Kawhi is not on the list.
Oh, fuck this list, dude.
Kawhi, listen, we're talking overall player. Obviously, Mike Trout would be number 2. And if we're talking overall player, I'd say Kawhi is top 3 player in the NBA. So I would put him probably number 3 on this list just because Giannis doesn't play in LA. But we're not talking overall player. We're talking biggest sports stars in LA. Kawhi is the opposite of a spotlight NBA player.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Point.
put himself out there at all. I've seen him in one commercial in my life.
I think the play speaks more than that.
The play is phenomenal, and you can't overlook that. But I think when you look at like Anthony Davis's his brand and the way he plays and just the brow like brand is bigger than Kawhi's brand as a Clipper right now. And he is still new. If he's been playing for the Clippers for 4 or 5 years, maybe even 3 years, I'd give it to him. Just because he's only been on the Clippers 1 year, so that's why I left him off the list. Still missing number 2 though.
You're gonna throw a curveball here, Tyler.
It is a bit of a curveball. I think
Are you gonna put Candace Parker on this list?
I'm not gonna put Candace Parker on the list. No. Okay. This is a bit of a curveball, but I think it's something you can definitely get. If when I explain it, it doesn't really. It makes sense.
Okay, so is it my turn? Was that your guess, Frank?
My guess was Candace Parker because she's been there forever.
I get it.
It's not Candace Parker.
Really, there's a reason LA has 2 rings this year, and we're finding it out right now. The fact that a guy like Mookie misses the list, a guy like Kawhi misses the list, a guy like Clayton Kershaw misses the list. We're finding it out right now. It's really highlights the brilliance of LA sports right now. And this is not going to be it, but I need to give a nod to the 0.25 of an individual watching this that's a hockey fan. How about Kopitar? Is Kopitar on the list?
No, fuck no.
I didn't think so.
Hell no.
How about you, Frank? What do you think?
What else could this be, bro? Corey Seager on the list?
No. It's not that hard, guys. Don't overthink it.
It better not be Paul George.
Not Paul George.
Yeah. Hold on.
Do the Rams have anybody good, Eric?
Oh, I didn't even fucking think about that, Frank. Good job. Wow. Yeah.
I don't know the team, but I know they're in LA.
Yeah, wait a minute. So you got the Rams, and who else? LA. What other LA team is there? I'm an idiot.
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. I mean, I don't think it's anyone on the Chargers unless I'm missing someone kind of obvious. So we're gonna discover the Rams real quick. Rams have some good players, but what? Jalen Ramsey. I love Ramsey, but no. All right, Tyler's very disappointed in us, Frank, and you're not going to get this right now. So
no, I'm not. It's not any Dodgers. I've guessed all the Dodgers. Unless you want to say Justin Turner, which I would be fine with.
Do you want me to give it to you?
No. Hold on. Give me one more guess. One more guess.
One more guess.
Got to be someone on the Rams.
One more guess each. Here's my final one. It's not Justin Turner. I hope not, because screw that guy after what he did last night or 2 nights ago. Who cares about the Yankees? Lakers, we got the Stars. Clippers, Stars. Sparks, I guess they're 1 star.
It's not that hard, guys.
Has to be a football player.
I don't know. I just think I'm brain farting right now, but who else? I mean, it's not Jared Goff. It's just not.
Huge brain fart.
Yeah. It's not Robert Woods. It's not Cooper Kupp. I don't think. No, it's not Cooper Kupp. Who else? Yeah. This is just. I mean, it's not Herbert. It's not Keenan Allen.
Frank's never gonna get it. So this is all.
Just say it. I'm gonna feel like a fool. But
isn't Phillip Rivers on the Chargers now?
He's on the Colts.
Is he in the Colts now? Or was on the Chargers at some point?
A member of the NFL's 2010s All-Decade Team, the NFL sacks leader in 2018,
Aaron Donald.
Six-time All-Pro, 5-time first-team All-Pro.
Yeah.
That's on you, Eric.
The Rookie of the Year, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron fucking Donald. Number 99 overall in Madden. He wears the greatest number in all of sports.
They push offense on me too much, man. It's the media, okay? They're all like offense. You know, like it's garbage. Not my fault. You guys are TV people. I'm not.
Listen, the amount of
a TV person.
Maines is now.
The amount.
Hold on.
Listen, the amount of marketing that Aaron Donald brings to, let's say Madden, just because he is a 99 overall for back-to-back, I think, years now. The amount of marketing they do on that when the game comes out is unbelievable. I think there were 5 players that were number 9, that were 99 overall this year, so not a lot. He also cameoed in a movie. I forget what the movie was called, but he was in a movie. So if that doesn't scream LA sports star, I don't know what does. Arguably the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, I was just about to say he could have been in the rerun of Full House on Netflix. I don't give a shit. This guy's an animal.
Yeah, this guy's a beast. He's gonna get wrecked this weekend when he takes on Tua and the Dolphins. They're gonna get picked apart. But outside of that, I think he's the best defensive player in the NFL right now.
I would agree. And yeah, it's ridiculous that Frank gets a pass, but in all honesty, I should have absolutely gotten it.
I'm very disappointed.
Not the first time, won't be the last.
No. So that was the top 5. Hope you guys liked it.
Not bad.
Good. All right.
Again, after last week, it was downhill no matter what you did.
Yeah, last week was good. I don't think we're going to be able to replicate that. But anyway, time for the last segment of the day. Our newest segment, something that I haven't even told these guys about yet. If anyone's familiar with the Michael Kay show, they do a bit called Last One Standing. It is a quiz segment that Peter Rosenberg does when Michael Kay takes on Don McGregor, and it's phenomenal to watch. You guys are not nearly as knowledgeable as the two of them, so I had to take down the level a bit.
Sure.
But that's what we're doing, and we're keeping the Last One Standing name just because we're not big enough to get copywritten. So maybe when we get to that day, maybe we'll change it. So here are the rules. I'm gonna have Frank go first, and this is just for today because there is an advantage to going second. So I'm gonna let Frank go first today. Eric's gonna go second. Gonna go round by round. Because Frank goes first, each round he's going to pick a difficulty. He can pick easy, medium, or hard for a question. There's no allotted time that I'm giving you to answer this question, but do it in a realistic amount of time. Let's say Frank gets the question, I give Frank a question, he gets it wrong. Because Eric is second, he gets a chance to steal that question if he wants to answer that question, or he can take another question of that same difficulty. Just to let you guys know, I have a spreadsheet of easy, medium, and hard.
Whoa.
And I have questions for Frank. I have questions for Eric.
Now, say if I pick hard, does Eric also have to answer a hard question, or he can pick another?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have questions. I also have questions at each category for both of you that both of you could answer.
Oh, so it's catered to our knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
And then let's say Frank gets one right first try, Eric gets one wrong. It's kind of like baseball where the inning thing. Frank would win. But if so, the only way Eric would win is if Frank got a question wrong and then Eric was able to steal it or answer another question in that round. So we go until there's a winner. Frank, easy, medium, or hard?
Wait, how many innings are there, or is it just till?
Just
Like-
go till we get a winner.
Okay, so Frank could easily get this right, and then I get it wrong, and then we're done.
Yes.
All right, very possible then.
Do I want to start? We'll start easy.
All right.
Got to warm up a little bit. Watch me get it wrong.
Frank,
Tyler.
there's two names. I want two names for the answer. Who are the TV and radio voices of the New York Yankees?
John Sterling and Susan Waldman.
Is that
Wait, you say TV or radio?
Final answer.
Hold on. Did you say TV or radio? I misheard you.
TV. Who are the voices of the Yankees TV
There's multiple.
and radio?
Do I want to pick two?
Voices, TV, and radio.
Can I steal?
Hold on. I'm not done yet.
Eric, I'm trying to help him out a little bit because this is an easy question, and I don't want.
TV and radio?
This is fantastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Frank.
but see, he's gonna come to it eventually, and I'm not
I'm
gonna.
so confused.
Okay,
No, that's all you can say. All you can do is read the question. All you can do is read the question.
I'm asking for the voice of New York Yankees television and the voice of New York Yankees radio.
Oh, two separate. You're not saying
Two
okay. So one is Michael Kay
For what?
and John Sterling.
Michael Kay is what?
TV
Yes.
and John Sterling is radio.
Thank you. That's what I was.
Sorry, I got confused by your question.
It's all right. It's all right.
All
That was a
right,
warm up.
Eric.
Let's do it.
In 2004,
Oh, is this an easy
Eli-
question for Eric?
this is an easy question. Still easy.
You know how old I was in 2004, Mains? Because I don't. So
This is an easy question, Eric.
okay.
In 2004, Eli Manning requested trade on draft night from the team he
Yeah,
was
I know this
drafted by and was traded to the New York Giants for the quarterback that they drafted. What team drafted Eli Manning and
Get it
who
wrong.
quarterback they traded for?
I have a team in my head right now, and I could just go with it.
I know the team. I don't know the player.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Repeat the question.
In 2004, Eli
Yeah,
Manning.
who did Eli Manning get drafted by originally, and what's the second half of it?
What team drafted Eli Manning and who was the quarterback they traded for?
Oh,
So the trade sent Eli
was it
Manning.
Chargers? Phillip Rivers.
That is correct.
All right, good. Yeah, reasonable.
All right, Frank.
Even if you got that wrong, I would have given you another chance because I fucked up my first one too. So it would have been
No,
fine.
no, you're fine, Frank.
All right, Frank, give me a difficulty.
We'll go hard
Ooh,
Okay.
because Eric also has to answer a hard question if I don't answer.
Based on how you guys answered the easy questions, you guys.
The question phrasing for me was confusing. I didn't know if you were looking. I don't know. Whatever. Just ask the question.
In 2008, the MLB Home Run Derby was held at Yankee Stadium. Everyone remembers Josh Hamilton's stellar performance with his record-setting 35 taters. But who actually won the event? Home Run Derby, Yankee Stadium, 2008. Oh, I wanted to let you guys know you do have one lifeline where I can give you a hint.
Okay.
okay.
You can use that once per episode.
Prince Fielder.
That is incorrect. Eric,
So
would
how
you
does
like?
this work? I answer this now?
Eric, you can steal this, or if you don't know the answer, you can pick another question that you would have to answer.
I think I know. So wait, I'm just making sure here. If I get this right, I win.
Yes.
All right, just let me think about this for like 30 seconds. 2008, who won the home run derby?
Yes.
Yes.
I think this isn't very good podcasting. I'm just gonna go for it. I think it's Justin Morneau.
That is correct.
Bastard.
Indeed. I love that guy.
Eric,
My-
take-
Fielder in it.
What?
Making that up. Was Prince Fielder in it, or am I making that up?
He might have been. I don't know. All I know is Justin 101.
Indeed.
Bastards.
Well, that was quick.
Give me another chance.
You want to go one strike for the first one, Mainzy?
You want to go one more? You want to go one more game? We can
We'll go one more game. That was quick.
Yeah, we'll do one more game completely.
We'll give Eric the advantage this time.
Okay, so Eric can go first.
Yeah, Eric, you'll go first.
Love it.
Pick a difficulty.
We'll go medium.
All right. In 2018, actually, no, sorry, never mind.
You're fine.
Yeah, in 2018, Khabib Nurmagomedov defeated Conor McGregor via what?
It was, do you want the specific submission or submission's just good?
How did he defeat Conor McGregor?
Yeah,
You
submission.
don't have to give me specifics.
This dude
Yeah.
goes specific submission.
For extra credit, a rear naked choke. Not a
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
Fuck me, dude. All
See,
right.
Frank, that was a medium question for Eric because I knew he would get that. All
How's
right.
that a medium question for Eric?
I didn't know he was. I didn't know it was going to be that easy.
In fairness, the Rivers one was easier, I think, truth be told, but I don't know.
Well, because I knew the Rivers one.
Yeah. See, you're not even a
Yeah.
football guy, so that's very reasonable.
Yes.
All right, Frank, I'm going to give you a question that I don't think Eric can get. So, medium.
Now I have to get this right, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
In 2017, 2018, the Golden State Warriors set the record for the most players a team has ever sent to a single All-Star game. How many players did they send?
Fuck. All right. Clay, Steph, Draymond. 2017, there was no KD. Harrison Barnes, I don't think so.
2017, 2018 season.
This is the year they won 73 games, right?
I can tell you that this is the 2017, 2018 season.
That was the year they won 73. Okay. That. I don't think Harrison Barnes was an All-Star that year.
I just looked it up. Habib beat him by a neck crank, so I didn't get it on a technical, but I got the point.
Gotcha. Do I want to go with, I'm not confident in this answer. I'll say 3.
Is that your final answer?
Sure. I don't think it's right.
Correct answer was 5. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green.
He was there then?
And DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, it was the bullshit year. Damn it. It was the year he didn't even play a freaking game.
A bullshit year. It's fantastic.
Such a bullshit year.
It was.
And Eric, just like that, is 2-0.
Undefeated, undisputed.
Let me go against Eric. Against Tyler. Send Eric the spreadsheet. All right, well, that was a bad showing.
Tyler, this was fantastic. Thanks to the K Show, and good for you for making these questions.
And I got a ton.
Yeah, I like this even better than the
Dude, I'm so
top
mad.
5.
I choked that so bad.
And I got questions that cover every single fucking sport. So
I love it.
Disappointed. I'll do better next
I'm
week.
very disappointed in you, Frank.
Yeah, I know. The home run derby one I'm not mad at because I was like when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember what year KD showed up to the Warriors. I just didn't remember.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't have. In my head I was guessing 4. Obviously, I knew the more now one, but I would have guessed 4 for the All Stars.
Because I didn't remember. So then they must have won 73 in 2016 then. Because that was the year they lost to the Cavs. Damn it. That was such a choke. All right, whatever.
All right. That'll do it.
Even so, I would have guessed 4. I would not have guessed freaking DeMarcus.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this week. Still trying to get a interview together for next week. But I was incorrect in saying this last week, so I'll say it this week. Next week, we are picking the final NASCAR race of the year, finally. So stay tuned for that. So, yeah, that's it. Adios. Eric's 2-0.